Abigail Chams. Welcome to studio, beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Now, Abigail not only is a beautiful, beautiful girl, she is a singer, instrumentalist. Nice. What? So that's off your new single with Harmonize called Closer.
Yes.
She is from TZ, Tanzania. So welcome to the country. How are you liking it?
Thank you so much. I'm loving it here.
Yeah?
Everyone is so nice. And the weather is really good. I've been having a blast, really.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It is Fire Fridays here on Afterburn with me, Kelly, the hostess with the mostest, and Mr. Gifted Hands.
Yes, you know what it is. Fire Friday.
Get
ready for a very fantastic show. And we have a special guest.
Steno is right. We do have a very special guest in studio with us tonight by the name Abigail Chams. Welcome to studio, beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Guys, kuna wana waliumbwa na wale waliumbika. Now, Abigail not only is a beautiful, beautiful girl, she is a singer, instrumentalist, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna add on to that CV very soon. But she is from TZ, Tanzania. So welcome to the country. How are you liking it?
Thank you so much. I'm loving it here.
Yeah?
Everyone is so nice. And the weather is really good. I've been having a blast, really.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know what's crazy is she keeps saying that Kenyans are so nice, and I'm like, what Kenyans?
Dude,
are
every time I say that, people are so shocked, and I'm like, why are you so shocked? Like, literally everyone I've met is so nice.
I feel like Kenya, or specifically Nairobi, is like an African New York. Now, those people are deemed as very mean, but somehow are nice. But I feel like you've connected with all the best people. I can see someone in studio right now that I know is a very beautiful soul. So I'm glad you're so far having a great experience. But let's get into it, all right? So not only do you sing, you also play instruments, correct?
Yeah.
So you started singing at the age of...
Honestly, I don't really know if I can put an age on it because I've been singing for for as long as I can possibly remember. My parents say I would literally line up my dolls in a line and sing to them like I'm in a concert. So I've just been singing forever.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned your parents, did you ever receive that kind of support once you decided you wanted to venture into music?
Yeah, totally. My parents have literally been my #1 fans from the get-go.
Really?
It's funny because I would literally take pots from the kitchen and bang on them like they were drums or use a hairbrush as a guitar. And my parents were I think they realized our child is pretty musical, you know, she sings. So they supported me from the get-go. But I also do come from a very musical family. My grandfather was a musical conductor in an orchestra and also an instrumentalist. So I feel like they were you know, maybe we should support this, you know, and see, you know, where it goes.
So what was the first instrument you learned how to play?
The piano.
Wow, I feel like that's a crash course for every African child at some point.
That's actually kind of true.
You have to start with a recorder, then
my gosh,
a piano.
yes, we all did the recorder. I actually still play it till today, but it's just one of those I keep in my drawer and I remember, oh shoot, I have that, and then I pick it up and play.
So besides the piano, what other instruments can you play?
Yeah, I also play the violin, the guitar, and the drums.
Okay, so basically, if you decide, you can produce your own song, sing on it, do BGVs, and just put it out.
Yeah.
What? Guys, let's give you a little taste as to who exactly Abigail is, because trust me, daddy, you're in for a shocker. DJ Steno,
Yes, sir.
take it away, Mazzy. Let me tell you, Abigail has really just... She shocked me. Off air, I was asking her, bro, do your parents know you shoot music videos like this? The message behind the songs are so vibey. But I'm like, I beg. Okay? These outfits, I'm like, woo! She fine girl. And your parents, you know, I find it very surprising that you would say your parents have been completely supportive of your whole journey. Your mom is even part of your team, as you've said.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, what? In a regular African household, it's you're either a lawyer, a doctor, an accountant, a banker, something of that sort.
Yeah.
But the fact that your family has been completely hands-on throughout your journey is completely amazing. But guys, she has a little instrument in her lap right now, and that is a violin.
Yes.
So would you say the violin is your favorite instrument to play?
Honestly, I think I love them all, honestly, but my favorite is definitely the piano. I just love that I can take my violin with me everywhere because it's so small, and like I can carry it as hand luggage. I can travel with it everywhere. So yeah, I love that.
What's the name of your violin? I know all musicians love music.
Dude, literally, like, actually, I thought it was just me, because every time I tell people I name my instruments, they're like, oh, that's so weird. But this one is called Malaika. Only because she's like white, and I don't know, like when I first got her, I just got that vibe. Like it's like, and violins sound very angelic, so.
Speaking of angelic, you know what? How about you give us a little taste as to what you can do with Malaika? Ooh, you're in for a spoiler, guys.
It's actually a snippet from my latest single, Closer. Just move a little closer. No pun intended.
What? And she's done. Guys, what? Perfection to the T, keeping it short and simple. In other words, kiss. Haha. If you don't get it, forget about it. But I think it's completely inspirational that you're able to play more than one instrument. I was one of those kids that was put onto piano and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
You know, kid prodigy kind of things. I dropped all of them.
Yeah.
I lack the discipline, but I really admire the fact that you've kept up and you're still involving it in your music. But let's talk about your musical journey, basically. Right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to just the African industry as a woman, all right, how do you feel you are represented? Because I know usually people don't take us seriously unless you are either, you know, a sex symbol or something of that sort. You have to be putting something out there for people to take notice.
Absolutely.
But now for you, I feel like just with your voice is very powerful.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
And you also play instruments. So how do you think your journey has been different from everybody else?
Yeah. I think for me, I've just, you know, especially because I started off kind of like a child star, because I've been doing music since I was probably like in the industry since I was like maybe 15. So growing up before like the eyes of Tanzanians, I actually went through that whole thing where you become so sexualized as you get older, you know, and everyone has a comment on your body and how you dress and how you look rather than how you actually sound as a musician. So for me, just staying true to my musicality, you know, and making sure that I give people no other option but to just respect me for my musicality and nothing else. Yeah.
Who would you say inspires you? Like, let's say your top 3 artists that inspire you.
Oh, okay. Definitely, I know this sounds so cliche, but Beyonce. Definitely Beyonce. Definitely Doja Cat. Yeah, it's very recent though. I listened to a lot of Whitney Houston as a kid.
Okay, I can see that influence in your voice.
Yeah. Rema, a lot of Rema.
Rema, interesting.
A lot of Rema.
I've never heard anyone
a
say
lot of Rema and Sauti Soul. Yeah.
Now that you're in Kenya, now that's a spanner in the works.
Yeah.
Who would you love to work with?
Oh my God, definitely Sauti Soul. Like they're such a huge inspiration to me, and it would be like that would be like one of my dream collaborations probably.
Yeah.
But I have also worked with Nviri. I have a song with Ben Soul. Those songs are on the way, and they're such talented musicians. It's so amazing working with them. So yeah.
But now, girl, you are signed under a brilliant record label by the name Sony Music.
Yes.
How has that experience been for you as well? Being so young and being able to reach that goal at I'm not gonna say your age. Yes. You never ask a woman her age, but how did that feel for you? Like once you got that recommendation or just told, by the way.
Yeah, when I got the news that I got the deal, I actually cried. Like, because it's one of those things that I had always really like prayed for and hoped for and worked towards. And literally every year, like on my birthday, I have a list of goals I write down, like that I want to accomplish that year.
Yeah.
And when I turned 18, I literally wrote that I want to be signed to a major record label. So it was literally like a dream come true.
Yeah.
And just, you know, being able to represent not just Tanzania, but East Africa.
True.
And Africa as a whole on such a global record label, for me, is such a huge honor. Yeah, and it's just like a big deal for me.
Then let me ask you, where do you think we are lacking as Africans to not have big enough record labels for guys to be like, you know what, I want to be signed to Chams label. I want to be signed to Soul Generation. Why do you think we don't have that big accolade? What are we doing wrong? Do you think it's brand management? Do you think it's just mismanagement of the artists themselves?
Wait, what do you mean exactly? My question.
Like, you know, if it was brand management, it could be like, you know, your team is setting you up for brilliant interviews, you know, you're getting all access to proper studios and all that kind of stuff. So eventually, when your music is produced and everything, that means you're going straight to Grammy level, you get, because you have proper production, the proper image, your brand is completely great.
Yeah.
Or is it just that artists are told, all right, I'm your manager, let's say it's me, and then I'll be told, there's a deal here, let's get Abigail to come through, and then I won't really give you your accolades. Let's say we're getting 100K, I'll give you 10, and I remain with the 90. So there's nothing really coming back to you, there's nothing that's really showing what your work is, you know, doing out there, and even when it comes to production or your music videos, there's nothing to show for it. So what do you think is lacking? Do you think it's proper brand management or just improper management of the artists themselves?
Honestly, I wouldn't really say if it's improper management, but like, I just feel like it all comes down to exposure. You know, like wanting to reach those, to like cross over. It all comes down to exposure. So I think just being around people and around having the team, and even just yourself, like, you know, staying up to date and like doing your research, I think is really important. Because also sometimes I feel like a lot of artists will blame their management, you know, like when things aren't going so well. But I feel like your management can only help you as much as you like will push yourself, and like, you know, as far as they'll only take as far as you want to go. So like also just actively, you know, just trying your best to be the best version of yourself, you know, and doing your research, I think. I don't know if that answers your question.
It does. No, do you know, you're actually very wise, because I didn't think you would like give so much insight, but it's true, because I've seen from you being a child star and you just harnessing your craft entirely, you have a lot of discipline, which is something that I keep saying people lack. A lot of upcoming new artists, they feel like they need to be gratified instantly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that doesn't go a long way, especially when it comes to East Africans.
Yeah.
But you see now, in comparison to somewhere like West Africa, you'll see Nigerians will only play their music and it will be top at the top.
Absolutely.
And then the rest of us are busy playing everything
Absolutely.
else.
Yeah.
And we're wondering why it's not working out for our own local artists. So I really admire the fact that you're able to stick your ground, and as you said, your brand will only push you as far as you want to go.
Yeah.
So if you're not doing the work yourself,
no one's gonna come and, you know, tell you to get up.
A word. That is a word. Exactly. So I really admire that. So you have something in the works, obviously with Nviri and Bensol, but there's a new song she has for us, guys. If you didn't pay attention to the little snippet that she did, do you want to do it again?
Oh, sure,
Yeah.
Sure.
Pay attention to what exactly she's playing right now. Nice. What? So that's off your new single with Harmonize called Closer.
Yeah.
So what inspired that song?
Honestly, I don't know what inspired the song. It was just like really good vibes, you know? We were in the studio. It was one of those sessions you don't really plan. And then like the beat came on, and just both of us just like fell in love with it, you know? Like for me, even whenever I'm like writing music, like if it's not something that I wrote by myself and composed myself, when I hear a beat, like I really need to connect to it, you know? Like I need to vibe with it, because if I'm not vibing with my music, nobody else will, right? So it was just one of those beats we heard and just fell in love with instantly, and just wrote to, like in 3 hours it was done. Yeah.
3 hours?
Yeah.
You wrote your verses and everything?
He wrote his, and it was done. Like,
that's amazing.
It was such a great session. Like, it was really, really good.
So let me ask you this then. when it comes to a studio session, is there a certain thing that you need in studio, certain mood lighting, certain people in studio, or?
Honestly, no. Like every session that I go to, I always go with an open mind and a free mind. Like I never, unless it's something that I compose by myself at home, like on my piano or on my guitar, I'll normally just go.
And to think this song was written in only 3 hours. That is crazy, Abigail. Like, do you think that's the fastest time you ever taken to like write a song and just?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Closer.
Yeah. I've had sessions where it's like the same time or like, yeah, normally like around the same time. It depends. Like when it really clicks and it vibes. But like I do have sessions where I'm like, I literally get writer's block and like I'll write a fire verse and then I'll be thinking of a verse 2 and I'm like, damn, like where did all of that, like where did the flow go, you know? And then I just have to like, okay, come on, come back.
So what do you do to ground yourself?
Yeah. Honestly, like,
do you meditate, stuff like that?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't meditate. No. I do yoga, but I mean, it's not really to ground myself. I do it as a form of exercise. But definitely just surrounding myself with the people and the things that I love.
Yeah.
You know, and just staying connected to God. You know, like praying and you know, yeah, that's definitely how I stay grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot. Anyway, let me stop hating on young artists. I was about to be like, you know, a lot of these young artists, you'd think I'm versed in that sector, but it's fine. But when it comes to you now with this Closer song and doing it with Harmonize, right? How was that experience? Like, so you guys are vibing in studio. Like in your music video. You guys are just like, all right, cool, let's shoot this, let's go.
Dude, no, like he's such an amazing guy.
He's cool
like,
as a person.
Yeah, he's really cool. And for me and him, we have like a brother-sister relationship. You know, like he sees me as his little sister. So
he guides you.
Yeah, he really does. Like literally every time I'm having a session with him or like I meet up with him, it's always like he will always drop like some wisdom ball or something. Like he'll give me like a whole speech about like, you know, how to, I don't know, just random things like writing songs and all of that stuff. And I really appreciate those, you know, because I feel like I'm still pretty like early on in my journey and just being surrounded by people with that energy that can just guide me and give me advice, you know, for me is just like, I'm really grateful for that. But yeah, shooting the video was fun, you know, especially that scene where I was driving, like speeding through. I felt like Vin Diesel up in there. Like I was like, sheesh. So I loved, like, it was a really fun experience for sure. Yeah.
So if you called at 3 a.m. tomorrow, you know, girl, if you need me to shoot this music video, I'm gonna shoot it. Yeah. Like that's how deep you are into the music business right now.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I feel like talent is important, but it's like 30%, you know, of the career. The rest, the 70% is your work ethic. Like you really need to be self-driven to be able to make it in this industry. So like, bro, 2 a.m., 5 a.m., call me, I'm gonna be there. You know, we'll sleep later.
It's a BD.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. So what's Closer? How can we find it on what platforms? Girl, you're gonna be performing it soon anywhere here in Kenya?
Yeah, for sure. I hope so. But it's available on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Boomplay, you know, like anywhere, YouTube and all of that stuff. So yeah, y'all should go and stream it.
And as we wind up, Abigail, how can we reach you yourself? How can we find all of your music?
You can just, like, I use the same name across all platforms, no complications. Abigail_Chams on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. So yeah.
Are you gonna make a Closer challenge? Because I'm gonna hop on.
Girl, there is a Closer challenge.
There
we
is?
should actually do it right now, like after. after we're
Sing
done, after we
less,
wrap up over
yo.
here. Yeah.
So keep it locked to Keep It Kiss. But Abigail, thank you so much for coming
Thank
through.
you for having me.
Thank you for putting us on to Closer.
Yeah.
And definitely, this isn't going to be the last time we see you.
Yeah.
The next time you're in Kenya, please give me a ring.
For sure.
Yeah?
For sure. I'll be like, girl, guess who's in your street?
Girl, I'm out here where you at. Cool.
Yeah.
Team Afterburn, we're going to take a little break, but you know the vibes continue here, right here. You just said no. Katambe.